Let's learn more.
Let's learn more.
Let's learn more with Liberty.
In the beginning, the 13 colonies were largely self-governing. This structure provided them with great freedom, great liberty. They operated like this for a while. That is, until the British Parliament attempted to bring them under more direct rule, which was attempted through taxes and other laws. For example, the Stamp Act taxed official documents, newspapers, and nearly all things printed, while other acts taxed sugar, tea, and other items the colonists were consuming. The British government felt justified in these taxes, while the colonists, well, they opposed. You see, England needed to cover the costs of keeping the colonies part of the British Empire, but more so to pay judge and governor salaries who would support the taxes. Colonial leaders grew irritated, arguing that since they were not represented in the British Parliament, they did not have a say in the taxes. These colonists felt they should only be taxed by their own elected representatives. On the one hand, the colonies had the right to be free. On the other hand, the king did assign and fund the colonial charters. Charters are the permissions granted to start the colonies in the first place. Anyway, this was a real problem and a source of conflict between the colonies and the Crown. The disagreement regarding colonial liberty grew and grew. Then, a tipping point. In 1774, the Intolerable Acts officially took away all self-governing rights from the Massachusetts Bay Colony, essentially removing their liberty. The colonies rallied in support. 12 of the 13 sent representatives to the First Continental Congress in 1774, the goal of which was to provide a unified response to the British. The colonists, now turned patriots, issued a declaration of their rights, disputing Parliament's right to tax them without representation. Congress also passed the Articles of Association, which called for a boycott of British goods if the Intolerable Acts were not repealed. In less than a year, many of the congressional delegates abandoned hope of reconciliation with Britain. So on June 7, 1776, Richard Henry Lee introduced a resolution, one that stated, "These united colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states." The Lee resolution contained 3 parts. 1, a declaration of independence. 2, a call to form foreign alliances. And 3, a plan for confederation. Let's discover how this resolution evolved into a document grounded in liberty.